Everyone. I wanted to do a V2 of my video yesterday because some things have come to light that I would like to share with you. And there are a couple of questions that I'd love to address too. I'm Hannah Marie. I am the owner of KW Headshots here in Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. And um, let's get right to it. I am at my studio. I just wrapped up a day of headshots, so I thought I would film here today. Number one, I'll go through them super quick right now just to like if you want to jump ahead in the video and skip over some, then you know where to go. Number one, I want to talk about a correction from my video yesterday. There was something that I assumed and it was incorrect. Number two, um, more information has come to light about something else that I shared in that video that actually is kind of interesting to hear, and I want to share that with you. Number three and four, the questions that have been flying around in the industry and what my response is to them, because the first one being, is Evoto using our images to generate this AI model to allow for headshot generator, or also like how will AI generators impact our industry? So I want to tackle that here today, share a little bit about my perspective, especially as somebody who lives in a very high-tech city. I live in what Canada calls the Quantum Valley, and it's very high tech. Everybody in my life is engineering of some sort. So AI is not an uncommon conversation, topic of conversation here. Okay, so let me share this. Actually, one of the things I want to share before I hit screen share here is that in the video yesterday, I was talking about a blog post that I saw that was backdated, not backdated, it was published in 2024, August. And I would not have even shared about it if I wasn't able to find verifiable proof that it existed, because I like to go by fact. And so by the time I was making my video, they had already scrubbed their website of anything about their AI image generator. Generators, actually, there were a couple. And that meant that I had to rely on what Google was showing me in the Google image search. And I was able to find the blog post, and it is titled Generate Stunning Images for Free. And then top AI photo generators free in 2024. So when I saw that, the assumption that I made, because I couldn't actually access the content anymore, the assumption I made was that this is them announcing, like, we are part of this list, come use us. So let me show you what it actually was. And I want to give a shout out to Marcus Rideout in Edmonton, Alberta, owner of Maverick Studios. Shout out to Canadians. Um, I love that you guys are tuning in. And he is the one that found this for me. He went into a web archive and suggested that I look it up. And so this is actually what it is. And the correction that I want to make is that um, what we see here, they actually don't mention their own image generator at all. They're actually highlighting all of the different ones. So they're like, hey, everybody who needs to generate images, go to these different AI image generators and generate whatever the heck you want. Um, and then they go into the free ones after the paid ones. And then the third part, which is where they come in, they were just pitching themselves as the perfect finishing touch. Like, once you've generated your AI images, come over here and you can edit your images in the best AI editing tool out there. And so I have two thoughts on this. One, I was relieved to see that they had not actually announced this product all the way back then. And two, I think that this, and this is just speculation, but like I am very business minded, marketing minded. That's my favorite part of teaching in the photography industry. Like that's what I like to teach. And so immediately I think, okay, really, like if you've generated an image in AI, you don't need a tool to continue to edit it. Um, so what I think that they were doing is, when I think of SEO and LLM in terms of search engine optimization for LLMs, one of the things that comes into play is how much history do you have talking about this topic? And so there's a part of me that wants to see this as an innocent, like, here's our blog post about these AI generating things, and here's how you can edit it. And then there's the business person in me that's like, no, I think that they had the idea and started dev back in 2024 for this, because it's not the kind of thing that you can just push out overnight. And they wanted to start these blog posts talking about this back then so that the internet would learn, okay, this is a website with expertise in this, so that when they did launch, they would already have the history there to help with their SEO, their LLM, and all of that stuff. So that's what I think of that. But I do want to say the mistake I made in the last video before I could actually see the content of this was that I said that they were announcing their own tool in this, and they weren't. So let's clear the record there. They were literally just recommending other image generating websites and then suggesting that people use theirs. So on to topic number two. Um, just recently, a few hours ago, let's hope all these notifications don't keep popping up while I'm talking. Evoto announced, made this announcement on their Facebook group. And this is particularly in response to this website that I revealed in my video, A1 Art. And this website very specifically is using Evoto's name everywhere, and actually outright says Evoto has been integrated into A1 Art, offering users advanced AI-powered tools for generating stunning images and video. Um, like I said in the video yesterday, I wasn't even sure if this was theirs, but there's their logo. So apparently, these guys, this website, Evoto didn't even know that this existed. They have no agreement with them. And so they released this statement. They're saying that um, this website is misleadingly using our name to offer services. To be absolutely clear, we are not affiliated with them at all. It is not our product, not our technology. We are not connected to they are not connected to our team. We have never sold or licensed. Like, they have zero connection to this company. And so this is the correction I want to get out there. They've actually contacted their lawyers. The lawyers have sent a cease and desist. It's a whole thing. So if nothing else, I'm glad that Evoto can clear the air on this and get this company to stop using their name. But I did really want to clarify this, because while I do not always believe everything that they're saying necessarily, I do think things like this we should take seriously, and we should equally share this news. So there you go. Those are the top two corrections and the mistake that I made in the video yesterday regarding my assumption about that blog post. So please forgive me. I always want to have the utmost integrity in things that I'm sharing online. And that is also why I wanted to make this video today, because this was not on my schedule for the day to do. And for anybody who knows me, well, in particular, for anybody who has been in Headshot Studio launch, you guys know that I literally schedule my day as much as I can. This doesn't always happen, but if I can schedule my day to avoid rush hour, I will do it. And guys, I'm literally going to be finishing this video at the peak of rush hour. So that's how much I wanted to get this out there to make those corrections for you. Okay, on to the next thing. Do I think that Evoto has been using our images to train their LLMs and their AI model for the generator tool? They have also made statements about this, and a lot of people I've seen like laughing at it and not necessarily believing it. I want to say, like, there have been things that Evoto has done in the past that seem sketchy, that seem like they care about their business more than ours. This AI image generator, headshot generator in particular, is a prime example of that. Or our credits expiring is a prime example of that, like of serving themselves more than us. And it just doesn't really make sense as a business owner to do that. Like, I always want my clients to be completely satisfied and happy. So with that said, I think there's a really big difference between like making decisions in business that don't make sense to your end user and actually um, doing things that could put yourself in a legally binding position. And so I want to show you guys in Evoto what Evoto is talking about when they say we don't use these without your explicit permission. So I'm going to screen share once more over to Evoto. In Evoto, um, when you're in a photo, you can click in the top right corner onto your initial and then go to settings, and this will pop up. And you go to performance, scroll down, and you'll see all these toggles. And wait, here we go. Go to privacy, and you'll see share my usage information. They are very explicit here. You can choose whether to share your usage information with a photo. These data will be linked to your account and used only for personalizing your user experience. All data is collected anonymously. The second one, allow my content to be analyzed by Evoto for product improvement and development purposes. Evoto may analyze your content using technology techniques such as machine learning to improve our products and services. You may opt out of anonymous data collection at any time. So I've heard people saying that this was automatically off. Honestly, I don't remember if I ever came here and turned this on or off. I don't remember doing that. The fact that it says you may opt out of this, hmm, yeah, I don't know. Maybe for the like if you have a brand new account and you haven't done this, pop in there. My assumption is that it was automatically off and you have to go in there and turn it on, but it might be the opposite. And now I'm actually wondering if because it says you may opt out of anonymous data collection at any time, I'm wondering if the default is we are anonymously collecting your data 100% of the time. And if you want us to know who you are, you can opt out of being anonymous. So the wording here is a little bit odd. I'm just going to click learn more because mm, this is something we should look into a little bit more. Anyway, this was when I originally read that earlier today, I didn't clue into the anonymous aspect, so I do have some questions about that. But what I was initially going to say was that it's my understanding that that toggle is naturally off and you have to turn it on in order to share your information. So that's where I'll end right now. If you have other information you want to share, share it in the comments. And I think I'm going to look into that to see if we are consistently anonymously sharing our information with them and those photos, or if mhm, we'll look into this. Okay, so number four, how do I think that AI image generation is going to impact our industry? And I see a lot of people trying to wrap to try to draw this part of the conversation into the issues that I brought to light regarding Evoto yesterday. My big issue has nothing to do with AI image generation. Like people, maybe it's just because of the city that I live in and how like I know so many people who work in AI and um my husband is the engineering manager of a team that literally builds builds like AI for creative reasons, which I'll talk about more later, but I'm not concerned about AI as it pertains to headshots in terms of image generation. And there's two reasons. First of all, I mean, these websites are a dime a dozen. They have been around for years. And by years, I mean like 2 or 3 years, not decades. And I haven't seen a difference in my studio revenue since it came out. I have one client that I've seen over all of my thousands of clients who I noticed used an AI uploaded headshot. And that's it. I, more than that, have had people coming into my studio saying, I tried to submit an AI generated headshot and my company didn't accept it. Or more often than not, and again, maybe this is because of the area that I'm in, I find that people who work in tech, and in particular in advanced tech, are very, very, very private about their information because they know how the companies use it. Um, so more than anything, I've actually heard people saying like we aren't allowed to use AI by our companies, but more so they themselves would never in their lives upload their own image into an AI product because they don't know what's going to happen with that image. Like they have, it's just that level of privacy and control. And I find the higher end of, like the more you charge, the more you're going to attract clients who have high net worth, who have very professional jobs, maybe public facing jobs. None of those people are, none of those people want their images anywhere other than where they want them, which is why I have a policy in my studio that we respect our clients' privacy first and foremost. Like, and maybe that's why I haven't seen a dip in this because it is our assumption that we will never use your headshot anywhere, period. And if I want to, I will explicitly ask you, can I use it in this place in this way? And maybe as a result of that, we attract the people who would never use AI. But I really firmly believe that anyone, and actually I had a conversation with my client, my last client today, who works in cybersecurity actually. And he became front facing and now needed multiple headshots. He did my most popular package, the Duo package, for his speaking engagements, and he even said like he would never go to use AI because first of all, it's disingenuous, and as a marketing piece, once you see somebody using AI generated images, whether it's just a headshot or like, here's an AI generated image of me doing a photo shoot or speaking on a stage, like once somebody starts doing that and they don't explicitly say, this is an AI generated image, period, anytime those people post images of themselves that are real, there will always be that question and it destroys that level of trust and confidence that your audience has with you. And people know that. And so, especially with like AI generated videos where it copies your likeness and your voice and even maybe content that you might cover, people people are smart about this. Any AI written content, like it is easy to spot because it all has that same rhythm. And this brings me, I'm very passionate about this because it just drives me crazy. Like I 100% use AI in my business. Guys, I was not planning on launching a YouTube channel this year and maybe I will. But maybe my next video would be how I do use AI in my business. But actually, I don't know if you've heard this. In my city, we do not say that AI stands for artificial intelligence. We say, and this is lighthearted, but also very serious, it's for average intelligence. And I'm not saying that people who use it have average intelligence. I'm saying what it produces is literally the average intelligence of the pool it's pulling from. It is pulling from everybody that's using it. And so it will only ever be the average of everyone that's using it. And as a result of that, like, yes, you can use it in certain ways and expedite things within your business. For example, like I mentioned yesterday, I'm hiring a new senior photographer for the studio to take over certain headshot sessions. And in that, I was like, what should be the interview process here? Like, what are some ideas? And so I went into ChatGPT, put that in, and it gave me ideas, and some of them I liked and some of them I didn't. But yeah, this is a bit of a tangent. But anyway, I am not concerned about how AI headshot generators are going to impact our business because the people who would use that would likely never pay my rates anyway. Um, Period. And the people who care about their privacy and don't want their images pushed into AI generated, like into the websites that generate these AI images. They don't want they don't want their images used that way. And so I'm not concerned about it. Um, I'm very much in the camp that people are already getting really sick of AI generated everything. And there's going to be a really big swing back, maybe not immediately, but there will be a very big swing back of the pendulum towards actual authenticity, things that don't look perfect, things that show our humanity and that actually connect on a human level. And AI will never be able to do that. Mhm. I also think it's an interesting world in the sense that it's a very, very new world with AI. And prior to the last election in the United States, the heads of FANG, which for those of you who don't know, stands for Facebook, Amazon, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, and Apple, FAANG. I was like, who's the other A? Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. We call it FANG. The big names in that, like Zuckerberg, all those guys, actually were meeting with the government to discuss policies regarding AI generated content. And I think uh, the American government is a little bit distracted away from that right now. And this isn't a political video. I don't want the comments to get into politics. My point is that um, I absolutely believe that at some point in the future, there will be very, very clear guidelines on how you can use AI, and it will need to be labeled. And that is like the very bare minimum of of what will be required. And I know I'm pretty sure that Instagram in the States, I'm in Canada, so I don't see here, but I've heard people saying if there were AI generated images being pushed out on Instagram, there was like a little notice on the image. Is that still a thing? I don't know. I don't know. But that's what I heard. And that's more the way that it's going to go in the future is that everything is going to be labeled. Everything is going to have to be verified if it's real or not. And in particular with headshots, it's a bigger transformation than people really talk about. I talk about it to my clients, but I see a lot of educators talking about the transformation in particular, like with women's beauty photography. You know, they come in feeling less than and they leave seeing just how friggin' gorgeous they are. The same transition actually happens with headshots of people coming in saying, I hate having my picture taken. I hate how I look. My another client today literally, well, most of them start it this way, but another one today just said, and when I don't like my headshots, it's not you, it's me. Like before we even shot. And I was like, I'm very confident we can get you something that you love. And sure enough, we did. And seeing that transition of feeling insecure about being photographed and then seeing them straight out of camera and really liking them. I don't apply anything before they see them, but you can't get that transformation with AI and any insecurities a person has going into a job interview. Maybe like so many people struggle with imposter syndrome, and an AI generated headshot will literally just magnify that. Whereas if they have imposter syndrome, coming in and having that transformational experience, even if it's just 4 or 5 minutes in front of my camera and like a 15-minute appointment, like they leave with a spring in their step. They leave confident, feeling good about putting this actual real image of themselves out. They got a new job. Another client today was like, he was explaining that he booked the duo because he needed, like, he got a promotion and now he's front facing and needs to be in the media. And so they don't want to be there. Um, they don't want to waste their time with AI finding like headshots or photos of themselves to upload, but also there isn't that transformational identity that happens of I'm actually stepping into this role and I belong here and look at this image that like shows me in this like spirit of I'm here to be a leader. You can't do that with AI. So I guess what I'm saying is like if you are marketing base dollar trying to like win as much work as you can, not charging very much, 100% you're going to be impacted. Um, because the people who wouldn't pay that much wouldn't come to you anyway. I had somebody inquire 2 days ago. He needed a headshot, and our local camera store told him we were the best in the city. And so he called us and told me that. Um, and then I told him my prices. What he was looking for was going to be, I don't even consider it that much, but it was going to be, oh, he needed two. So it was going to be 400. But basically he outright said, like, that's really expensive. Like, why would it cost that much? Like when I go for a passport photo, it's $20. Like he isn't my target client. And I just explained to him like why we cost what we do, which is, we're known as being the best in the city, and this is what we do. And if you want the best and you want it fast and you want it great, you're gonna have to pay for it. And I don't quite say it like that, but that's the gist of it. And so if you need to revise your marketing strategy, you need to revise your marketing messaging on your website. Like that might be required to stay afloat and not only afloat, but like thriving as a headshot photographer in an industry that could potentially be also watered down by AI. Those are two very different clients. And I hope that I've kind of communicated that. I know there's so many people who've been saying the same throughout the whole industry. I know I'm not the only one thinking this and saying it. And I also know that there are a lot of people who are still at that lower price point, charging very little and giving multiple images. And if that works for you, great. And if it stops working for you, revise it, revise your client experience, ensure that it is very, very, very top notch, and uh, then raise your prices. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope you found this informational. I definitely went on a bit more of a tangent with that last one than I thought that I would. But if you have questions about AI, I'd be more than happy to talk about it. I I think that it can definitely be used in smart ways in our industry. For example, when it's doing a job that cannot physically be done by a human in the amount of time that it needs to be done. And that doesn't mean we get rid of our artists. That doesn't mean we get rid of our retouchers. It means that we are now capable of doing something that we weren't capable of before. And I think that's really cool. Maybe another topic I should address is retouchers and how they were impacted by things like Evoto. But I think that would be another video for another day. If you're interested in that, comment below. It literally was not on my bingo card to become a YouTuber, but I'm here for it. If y'all want to hear more from me, um, just let me know below. And hopefully you found this insightful. So forgive me again for that mistake that I made in my initial video, suggesting that that the blog post I saw was them announcing the launch of their product in 2024. And also please spread news about the correction regarding that website that is actually breaking trademark law, and Evoto is taking action immediately to um, rectify that. And I will say one more thing. I mean, Evoto has lost a lot of my trust, but I'm also the kind of person to always give the benefit of the doubt and think the best of people. And so I would encourage you to do the same. And that's why, in particular, with that toggle image, the image permission granting toggle, I do want to give them the benefit of the doubt that that is being honored. If you do not have that toggled on, I would be absolutely shocked to learn that they were disregarding that. And I would actually go so far as to say that if you do toggle it on, it triggers some sort of a function in the background that immediately and automatically pushes your images into a different workflow for them on their end. And if it's turned off, that wouldn't be happening. So that's what I have to say about that. Even if somebody has messed up in the past, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt if they are responding. And they have been responding quickly and graciously. And I haven't always necessarily thought that they've been as transparent as they could be, but hopefully they will be moving forward. So thank you. Let me know again in the future what videos you might like to see, and maybe this will be my last. Bye, everybody.